Aloha from Papa Durbitsky to Mr. Bitsky's class, wonderful students. Today we have a Hawaiian story. Hawaii is a state in the United States of America, but it's far away, very beautiful, very tropical, and fantastic beaches. Today's story is called Koa's Story. And he lives in Hawaii on Maui, which is one of the islands in Hawaii. And we're going to find out what type of life he has in Hawaii. Koa, when he was born, as I mentioned, was born in Maui, and he just was a happy, happy little boy. He loved going to the beach with his family. He had a beautiful time. He played, and all he knew about were these happy feelings. But as he got a little bit older, 3 or 4 or 5, his older brother started to get angry at him when he couldn't do things so well. So what happened was he'd say, "Oh, you're a fool. How could you do that?" And Koa started to feel a little afraid and a little doubting himself. He says, maybe I'm not as good and happy as I thought I was. So his beautiful feelings began to be overshadowed by those other thoughts. See, they're just thoughts, guys, but those thoughts can become bigger and bigger and bigger. So he started to get angry as he was getting older. And his auntie would say, "You have to be careful about Koa. He's got a bad temper." But of course, he was only getting angry when he felt frustrated or put down by other people. So sometimes even mummies and daddies make mistakes and are too hard on their little kids. But of course, mummies and daddies always have big love in their hearts. In Hawaii, that's called aloha, the aloha spirit in your heart. I give you my aloha spirit. At school, when he went to school, he started to think, I'm not so smart in learning. Like clouds blocking the sun, it covered up his inner confidence. Remember this, guys? The clouds covering up the sun in story number 1, and this one too. And that's how he started to feel. He started to feel the clouds covering his joyful, wonderful feeling. And often he started to get angry at his classmates because this is what he thought was true. It was the way he felt he had to act. He got frustrated, he felt angry, and all of a sudden he didn't have so many friends. Koa was having a little bit of troubles. But when Koa went to the beach, he had beautiful feelings. He just had beautiful feelings of joy. And at the beach, he had an uncle, a really beautiful uncle. And his uncle taught him to surf. And Koa loved to surf. Oh, he was fantastic at it. And whenever he surfed, all the little negative thoughts and fearful thoughts, they floated away. He just was riding the waves. He was just really cool. He was like this, guys. You see that? This is Koa. These are the dolphins. And that's the beach he's swimming. And he could ride the waves. He was really good at it. And when he rode the waves, all those negative thoughts, they disappeared, and just joyful feelings of being a kid was overriding him. And then he said to his uncle, "Uncle," he said, "Uncle, you're so great." He says, and Uncle says, when you have to learn, like in school, when you fall down, you have to get up. Of course, everybody falls down. And Koa's uncle made sure his nephew understood this. No shame wiping out. Wiping out means falling down with a big wave, throwing you down in the water, he laughed. Everybody falls down. You just got to get up again and catch the next wave. Whoops, forget about the last one. One Saturday, after a wonderful afternoon surfing with his uncle, Koa said, I wish we could just live at the beach and surf all day. Every day I hate school. I'm too stupid to learn anything, and I have a horrible temper. Feeling sorry for himself. What? His uncle's eyes opened wide. You? Stupid? No way! You are one smart surfer. You watch the waves and know which ones to catch, which ones to let pass. You couldn't surf like that if you weren't smart. And horrible temper? Who told you that? I never see you get mad, even when you wipe out and get all tumbled in all the waves, etc. In fact, you're laughing. Koa was surprised. Ooh. Couldn't believe his ears. Ooh. Did his uncle really think he was smart? Me? Smart? And thinking about it, Koa realized that he never did get mad when he was out surfing. He just enjoyed what he was doing and didn't care if he fell down or made mistakes. That's a beautiful attitude to it. But uncle, school is so different from surfing, Koa said sadly. I'm not smart in school. Nonsense, said the uncle. The same intelligence that helped you surf can help you with your schoolwork. It's right inside you all the time. Just like the eagle is inside you all the time, that strength is inside you. Well, it doesn't feel like that. I get so mad at school because I never have the right answers. Everybody thinks I'm stupid. Thoughts like that are what keeping you from learning, said the uncle, reaching over and tousling Koa's hair. Let me tell you a story. So here is a story from the uncle. It's something my grandpa told me when I was just a little boy. She heard it from her own grandparents. So it's an old Hawaiian story. And now I'm going to tell you that. Every child is born with a bowl of light inside him or her. The bowl of light can never go away. It is full of aloha, love, and wisdom and beauty. When it shines, you feel good and you know what to do. As children grow older, they start to think too much about themselves. Same as parents, by the way. They may start to think they are not as good as others, or they aren't as smart, or that they are too short or too tall, or that nobody likes them. Now, everybody has a thought like that once in a while. Remember that, guys, everybody. And that nobody likes them. Now, everybody has a thought like that once in a while, and if you're wise, you just let that kind of thought go on by. Like when you know a wave isn't good for surfing, so you let it go on by and wait for a good one. Know what I mean? No, wait for a good one. Know what? Good. Well, if you don't let go of the negative thoughts, but hang on to them instead, it's like putting big gray rocks inside your bowl of light. So there's a bowl of light here, and it's like putting, every time you put in those negative thoughts and doubts and things, anger, you fill up this bowl of light. If you put enough rocks into the bowl, what do you think will happen to the light, Koa? Koa was quiet for a moment. Then he said, it will get all covered up. Exactly, said his uncle. Now, if you want to see the light shining again, what should you do? Should you take each rock, turn it around and around in your hands, look at it, try to remember when you got it? Or should you just huli, turn over the bowl? Huli the bowl. He made a motion with his hands, as if he was turning a bowl upside down and dumping everything out. Huli the Bowl, shouted Koa. Yes, my bowl. Huli the Bowl. Forget all those thoughts that make you feel less than you are, and let your light shine. His uncle's words, so full of warmth and aloha, helped Koa feel so much better. He could feel the bowl of light inside him growing brighter and brighter. And he smiled. It gave him hope that things would change. So one day he went to class. Koa started to feel the same old bad feelings. He was thinking how hard the work was and that he would get all the wrong answers again. Oh, darn. Gotta stop. Shoot. Oh, sorry. Phone call, guys. Sorry. So he was having these negative thoughts about school. He remembered what his uncle said about letting the wave pass if it wasn't a good one. He knew that right that moment he had a chance to change, and he found the courage to take that chance. Instead of thinking about how hard the work would be, he let his mind quiet down and remembered the bowl of light. All of a sudden, he remembered Huli the Bowl. And all of a sudden, he calmed down and he could learn. That morning was the best morning Koa had ever had at school. His mind was quiet to learning, and he even raised his hand to answer a few questions. When he had trouble with math problems, that's arithmetic, 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, what's the next number? 5. Instead of getting mad, he raised his hand again and waited until the teacher would ask him, and she asked him questions that helped him to get the answer. She was a helper like Carrie, Mr. Bitsky is, likes to help you guys. She gets a aloha feeling every time she sees you smile with what she's teaching. At recess, Koa played kickball, which is a game like soccer. And when he got out, he didn't get angry. Perfect. He just kind of eased with it. The rest of the day went just as well. Koa had found something very valuable that will help him for the rest of his life. From then on, he understood that no matter what anyone said, no matter what mistaken thoughts might pop in his head, there was a light inside him that was full of love. Whenever he got in a low mood or got discouraged or got angry, Huli the Bowl. When he was ready, he would Huli the Bowl, dump out those gray rocks, and let the light shine in. Aloha, kids, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Lots of love from Papa Durbitsky. How do you like my shirt? Hawaiian. And I had something in here, but it fell down. So see you then. Papa Durbitsky signing off.